Hi, I'm Rick Fay, and this is the Minnesota Collie Group. Welcome to the video series on Panantukan, the exciting art of Filipino boxing. As a way of introducing the basic motions of this art, we're going to turn to the double stick category. In Collie, most things are taught through the weapon, and we're going to use this basic set of drills to instill some motions we'll use later with the empty hand. So what you need is 2 sticks, some room to move, and a partner. First part is you're going to put your right stick over your left. You're going to start by striking a right hand inward and bring it up to the opposite shoulder. Backhand with your left, put it outward like this. Then you backhand right and tuck it under the left arm. Left inward, bring it up. Right backhand, bring it out. Left backhand and tuck it under that. Right inward, bring it up. Left backhand, put it out here. Right backhand and tuck it under. Left inward, bring it up. Right backhand, put it out. Left backhand and tuck it under. Last time through, right inward. Left backhand and tuck. Left inward, right backhand, left backhand and tuck. So I'm going to let the group take about a minute and do just the upper body motion if you would. Okay, now let's add the footwork piece to this drill. What I'd like you to do is step forward at a 45-degree angle with your left foot. Switch your feet together and step forward with your right foot, 45-degree angle. Put them back in the center, step straight to the side. Put them back to the center, step straight to the side. Back to the center, step back with your left. Back to the center, step back to your right. So you have 6 directions. Forward 45, forward 45. Straight sideways, to the rear 45, to the rear 45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice that the feet are coming together in the middle every time. Gives us a chance to change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll let the group keep going for a minute. That's it. Perfect. Good job. Try to stretch out. That's it. Step as dynamically as you can. Stay on the balls of your feet. Keep moving. Okay, now let's put all that together. So we have an upper body component, which is an inward, a backhand, inward, backhand, backhand. The basic we call heaven 6. Inward, backhand, backhand, inward, backhand, backhand. We have a lower body component, which is 2 forward at 45 degrees, 2 sideways, straight, and 2 to the rear 45 degrees. Note that these do not lose distance, but your body stays forward. So what we're going to do is start putting this together. Step forward with your left and do 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. Bring your feet back together, step forward right. 1, 2, 3. Feet together, step out to the side left. 1, 2, 3. Feet in the middle, out to the side. 1, 2, 3. Again, exchange. 1, 2, 3 to the rear. And 1, 2, 3 to the rear. 1, forward 45. 2, forward 45. 3 side, 4 to the side. 5 to the rear, 6 to the rear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Note that the switch is on the inward, 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 and on the inward. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now as a preliminary, we've got your upper body and your lower body moving together. Now we'll put it together with a partner. So what you're going to do, starting with your left foot, stepping out at 45 degrees, strike 3 beats. Put it together, strike 3 beats, sideways strike 3 beats, and to the rear, to the rear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And back. Okay, so the class will start slowly. Nice and easy. Step out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. 2, to be very careful to keep the proper distancing now. Okay, now that we're warmed up, you have your basic weaponry, you've instilled some motion in your body. We're going to go through some of the most basic types of footwork that will be essential in using the techniques of Panatukan. The first one, we are going to use the word step and slide, which comes from the Jeet Kune Do legacy, but it's easier than trying to use Filipino terminology for our purposes. So what you're going to do is take a left lead. I want you to advance your front foot slightly and then retreat with your rear foot slightly. When you advance, your other foot slides. When you retreat, your other foot slides. So we step and slide, 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 forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Always trying to keep the rear heel up, keep your legs sprung, keep in good position, good athletic structure. Now, as we go forward and back, we're also going to add out to the right and out to the left. If you step 6 inches with your right foot, make sure that your left foot trails 6 inches. If you step 6 inches with your left foot, make sure that your right foot goes 6 inches back. So we're going to go one forward, one back, one to the right, one to the left. One forward, one back, one to the right, one to the left. One forward, one back, one to the right, one to the left. One forward, one back, one to the right, one to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so second type of footwork, we just call it a forward V. Sometimes the word female triangle is used. So what you're going to do is, starting with your feet together, you're going to step out this way and make a parrying motion. Bring your foot back, step out this way and make a parrying motion. Should be very easy after you warmed up with your Sinuwalan. Step out and parry, step out and parry. So the left foot comes out, left hand crosses the body. Right foot comes out, right hand crosses the body. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, the way we work this with a partner is very interesting. It becomes like a little dance, almost a Filipino kind of square dance. So we're going to start like this, tapping each other on the shoulder and step out this way. Tap here, tap here. Usually they add what we call a saluting motion. Here, like this. This could be the first one we're going to do. So you exchange and you tap this way like this. This is actually the very beginning of learning to parry in this art. You're starting to learn to parry. Even though it's on the whole body, it's not a small structure like a jab or a cross. But you're starting to get the basics, the preliminaries for parrying. So we'll have the group go ahead and start. I'll put you with Diana. And you're going to step out with your left foot first. Ready? Go. Step and parry. Step and parry. That's it. Change your feet every time. Step out with one, step out with the other. That's it, Danny. There you go. Good job. Step out with the left, and then the right, and then the left, and then the right. That's it. Now, as your body assimilates the motion, slowly start to pick it up. Again, slowly start to pick it up. Don't rush it. Don't make your body uncomfortable. As you feel comfortable with it, slowly pick it up. A little faster. That's it. Again, don't feel rushed. Just pick it up. That's it. A little faster now. way. Come on, come on. Okay, time. Very nice. Now the next stage is we're going to learn to go behind. So in this cycle, as we go back and forth with each other, what you're going to do is reach across. This allows us to complete the triangle and go back to here. So if I were to reach across here, we now complete the base of the triangle here, and then step back and go back to here. 1, 2. So if she reaches across my back anytime, either partner can initiate this. We step back and you end up straight. 2. If I reach across, we step back and go back. And again, this is teaching you the different angles and the parrying motion that you'll use later in the art. Nobody fights like this. It is not promoted as a fighting type of a drill. It's for your agility and for your feel for moving with a partner and for your angulation. Okay, everybody just go ahead and start that. Grab your partner, Roy. If you want to hop in, you can. Otherwise,
Go ahead. I'll just do it on my own here.
nice and gentle. That's it. Don't feel rushed. Try to figure out how to pass behind the person now. That's it. You got to feel that cooperation. It's more like dancing a waltz. Step across, back out in front. That's it. There you go. Okay, again, as you start to feel comfortable, go ahead and pick it up just a little bit. A little faster now. Okay, now we're going to go through an analyzation of the individual blows in this art. We'll take some time to just detail things, especially for the beginner. This will be very important because immediately after this, we move on to combinations, defenses. Things are going to move very quickly. So here we go. Being that it's a boxing art, the jab is a very important tool. The first jab that you're going to learn is a straight finger jab. We say sungab. Sungab is just a finger jab going straight in the eyes, as opposed to patik, which is a sort of slapping of the eyeball with the pad of the finger. You can easily work this by just having your partner hold their hand open like that and finger jabbing straight into it. It's not necessary to do it hard. Take 3 or 4 times, just finger jab it. Retraction is important, structure is important. Keep your own hands up and by your face, and then let your partner try the same thing. Finger jab, finger jab, finger jab, and so on. Perfect. Okay, important thing is, again, it goes straight to, direct to the eyeball with no wind up. Very nice. Okay, everybody has it? Yeah. All right, so we move on. The straight jab originates actually from the rear foot, but transfers through the shoulder, takes the straight line in, and is pushed straight into the nose here like that, and withdrawn like that. So it's straight in and straight back, straight in and straight back. It's the most common kind of jab that we use. Rear hand should be held either here or here. Difference being, people who are used to a boxing glove generally hold it right here. So the jab is delivered here, boxing glove is here. People who are used to a barehanded art generally put it here, because I can't afford to take a jab when it's a finger jab. So if he's trying to jab my eyeball, I need to make sure I get in the way of that, as opposed to a boxing glove where sometimes I can take the jab a little bit and then ride it in and start to work. Okay, so all we're going to do here is just practice on each other very lightly, just targeting that jab. Straight in and straight out. Goes right between the hands. Rear hands up. Go ahead. Nice and easy. Straight in and straight out. And just reach it out and touch the nose. That's it. Note the word touch, not smash or crush. Nobody hurting each other. Perfect. That's it. Nice and easy. All right. One thing that you will find a little different in this art is it is a barehanded art. As you start to hit things barehanded, you have to realign a bit as opposed to using a glove. All right, the next one is what we call a raking jab. A raking jab hits the target and rakes downward as it comes off. It is an incredibly destructive blow. The downside of it is it leaves you a bit open as it retracts because it's naturally going to be down here as it comes back. So it's done only in certain circumstances, but again, it's horrendously destructive. So the way we do that is you arc your shoulder, you put this hand right in front of your face and pull downward as it hits the target. We're not actually going to practice this on the skin, so you're just going to cut it short and rake it down this way, back like that. Again, purpose is for this to hit and rake downward as it comes off the target, causing more pain on the face. So just nice and easy, straight in and then pull it down like that. Yeah, remember it's not an overhead, it's a straight jab that rakes down this way. Flick it in and pull it out that way. There we go, very nice. Okay, next one. Something that's very important, especially right now in the martial arts, is a retreating jab. Something that allows you to keep the opponent at a distance where you can punch, do your other manipulations, you don't have to grapple immediately. So, if I have Dave hold his hand out here and step forward, I'm going to arc out and make space as I do it. So as he comes forward, there. The first thing that happens is this extends. I let him run into this as I lift my rear foot and let him drive me back and set up for the next blow. Again, retreating jab, tap, out here like that. Retreating jab, tap. Don't concentrate on the power of the jab because then you will tend to go forward. Going forward gets you too close, you end up grappling before you want to. So again, retreating jab, stepping back here like that. Okay, go ahead, try that. On your partner's hand, please. Let's not hurt each other. That's it, let them step in. Slowly as you work, you should get this to where you can really jump in on each other and still create the distance. Okay, perfect. Now, on the low jab. Okay, a low jab is very important. Again, we're coming from weaponry. So if this is with the knife, this kind of blow is very important. We use it on the hip bone, we use it on the thigh, and we use it on the low rib cage here like this. All of those are very good blows with the bare hand. Obviously, with a glove on in a gym situation, this won't do much. Without the glove, on an unprepared opponent, the hip bone and the leg are wonderful targets and set up the other things that we're going to do in here. So what you're going to do now is just angle down, one, and touch each other. The body should bend down here like that. Note that I've dropped levels. We never throw the low jab like this because you're looking right at his tools. That and out. Okay, go ahead, low jab. Again, bend the body down, extend it into the, that's it. Remember, their body should bend in half. Reach in. That's it. Good job. Bend your body in half. That's it, Danny. Bend. Bend. That's it. Nice. Okay, last category for the jab. You're going to do what we call angled jabs. Angled jabs are things like stepping to the left and jabbing over his guard, stepping out this way slightly but still jabbing in the middle, or stepping all the way out and firing this over the guard this way. It's any angle. So the way we set this up is very easy. I've set up sectors here, and I'm going to jab into them. I'm going to just kind of figure out the different ways that I can work my left jab by stepping around his guard. And it may be that you want to step to the right, or maybe that you want to step out to the left, go over this way. All we do is learn to angle in different ways with the jab. Okay, one person like that. Ready? Go. Please no contact, we're just targeting right now. That's it. This is a trust your partner drill. That's it. Extend. Remember, shoulder it in. A big part of the power in any jab is from the shoulder. Very nice. Okay, now, on the right cross. So what we're going to do is we're covering the straight right or the right cross. Several things we're going to do here first. The first one is stepping in. It's generally preceded by a jab, not always, but generally preceded by a jab. As you step in, make sure that your rear foot chops up. So it's going to chop into position here so that when I finally throw that rear hand, it is driven by the rear side of my body. So the first straight right goes right between his hands and is anchored in the rear foot. A very common mistake is to overreach so that your rear foot is traveling at the same time that your hand is traveling. It will still land, it will still have some force, but not near the force that this one will have when I've anchored my foot and I can actually extend through the jaw and hit with power. So, cross number one, you're going to jab in, throw it right by his face, two, go back. Okay, note the range. Jab in, throw it by the face so that I have enough distance. Step out. 1, 2, right up the middle. Note that on the right hand, this parks itself on my face, my shoulder raises to cover me, and my head is down. So all he has to hit at is forehead. I know there's a lot of forehead. Jab in, throw the right hand, step up. Okay, everybody by the face, go ahead. Straight right, hands up by your face. Roll that shoulder over to protect your jaw. That's it. Push it forward now. Straight in.